Well, Tuesday is St. Patrick's Day, and ever since that patron saint founded his church in Armagh way back in the 5th century, the city has been the ecclesiastical centre of Ireland. Eamon Martin, the Archbishop of Armagh, shares with us his love of music.
All through my journey to priesthood, and even growing up, singing and making music for God has been very much part of my own spirituality. There were 6 boys and 6 girls in our house. All my time growing up, I developed a love for God, a love for all things spiritual. I knew that God was calling me. It was the time that Pope John Paul II came to Ireland, and I can remember with a lot of my friends, we went to see the Pope. It made a huge impact on me, because he said that you as young people will be moving on to college and into employment, and people are going to tell you there's no need for God or there's no need for religion. But he said, something else is needed. And he actually shouted those words out, something else is needed. And I really got a sense that God was calling me to something different. I began my studies for the priesthood. I went to Maynooth and I did my university degree like all of the other students. I did mathematical physics of all things. I also become more and more involved in music, particularly in music in worship. After I was ordained, I went back to Derry, to my hometown, and I worked there as a priest for a few years. And then suddenly got the call one day. Pope Benedict had nominated me to be an Archbishop in waiting. So now I'm here. Armagh is where St. Patrick founded his church in Ireland. Sometimes I'm absolutely overawed to think that I'm here in the footsteps of St. Patrick. Most bishops have a motto. It was getting near to the deadline when I would actually have to make my mind up, and I was praying the Psalms. And I just noticed how often that beautiful phrase occurs in the Psalms, sing a new song to the Lord. And I thought, that would be a nice motto, cantate Domino canticum novum, sing a new song to the Lord. I'd like to sing for you a little Irish song. It's a prayer that asks that Jesus would be in your heart, in your head, in your lips, in your mind. It's sung in Irish, and it's a very old Irish hymn. Saim Chrisha, le duchrat gobun. Sai ailish, naskar chichaun, na fag me yamchin.
Celtic Woman, a group of rather wonderful female singers. And now Claire McCollum's off to meet a boy band. Well, they're a group of male singers, really, and they've got a little bit of a treat in store for their mums.
Do you like good music?
We're celebrating with the Overtones. Their songs are often tributes to doo-wop and soul pioneers, the Drifters, Marvin Gaye, The Temptations and Al Green. They're all artists they grew up listening to at home. So like all good sons on Mothering Sunday, to thank them for all the help and influence in their careers, they've taken time out of their diaries to join their mothers for a spot of afternoon tea. And I'm joining them too. Well, I can see 5 lovely Overtones here, but only 4 mums. Who's missing?
The Aussie mum.
Oh, but I'm sure she's missing you and you're thinking of her on Mother's Day.
I'm thinking of her on Mother's Day.
Of course, absolutely. Timmy, did faith play a part in you growing up and getting you where you are today?
For me and my mum as well, it's about the sense of community going to church, which is, I feel, really, really important actually, and I've tried to keep that going even in my London life now. And faith has definitely been there through tough times actually, when we've lost family members. And actually my mum goes to church quite a lot, and she's known for lighting her candles, aren't you, Mum?
Yeah. My faith really keeps me going and it keeps me strong. And whenever I feel a bit down or anything, I go to the church.
Absolutely.
I'm glad my mum's not here. She's an absolute dragon of a woman.
But she means an awful lot to you. I bet you miss her so much.
Oh, I do. And for them to have the love and trust and faith and belief, and sometimes you don't have it yourself, and to have mums and dads who say, no, I believe in you, I'm going to let you go and be who you are, and that's a real gift.
You mentioned faith there, Lockie. What about yourself, Mark?
My whole kind of childhood community was based around the church, and I made a lot of friends through the church as well, so it was a real community for me and a real rock growing up.
I'm sure you miss him hugely, Jan, whenever he's away. And
well, yes.
touring.
What's so lovely is that they've achieved so much, the boys, and they've all stayed such lovely people.
Well, I know you all have a surprise for your mums. Take it away.
Are we ready, boys? Shaboom. Life could be a dream if I could take you up to paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream. Shaboom.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
How sweet it is to be loved by you. Well, I'm needed the shelter of someone's arms. There you were. I needed someone to understand my ups and downs. There you were. With sweet love and devotion, deeply touching my emotions. I wanna stop and thank you, baby. I just wanna stop and thank you, baby. How sweet it is to be loved by you, just like sugar sometimes. How sweet it is to be loved by you, it's just like honey from a bee. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Ooh, how sweet it is. How sweet it is. Ooh, to be loved by you.